from playing disc golf, losing again, as usual. Come home, help Kath in the yard, dig out these plants.
So dealing with a major drama from Samantha and her girlfriend.
Yeah, K-Mac's missing till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Which is way beyond.
So she's missing.
She's like up at 6 in the morning, whether she's going to bed at 4, she gets up at 6 and
she tells a better story. Let her down. Keep going, man. Tell me when I gotta come in.
Samantha's like, what is she doing? She's coaching Southers like way out in Flemington, right? Her phone's dying. She's calling me, freaking out, saying K-Mac's missing, right? They've already called all the police to all the jails, hospitals.
This girl's
everything.
up at 6 a.m. for the gym every day, hammered or not. She's in church or the gym. No shit.
BBMs, right? So they're like, all right, something's really 2 hours.
This is Lockheed, Pennsylvania, out in the middle of nowhere.
So I'll deal with this for a couple hours. Then he comes home. Then everything gets better, right? So I come inside. I'm doing crap in here. And then I go outside, and it's him and 3 little boys, 8-year-old boys. They're all from across the street, right? And they're all out there, and they're like, oh, just go like that. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? I think they're just playing around, right? And so, go ahead.
All right, here's how it goes down.
That's what I
Me and the kids are out there for 3 freaking hours doing yard work. We're out there clipping away here, and we're having fun, and they're grabbing these, and they're making drumsticks out of them, bam, 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 and on the picnic table, everybody's having fun. How'd that go? Bam, 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 everybody's having fun. All right, so in my infinite wisdom, one of the kids says, Mr. Berger, this looks like celery. I go, let's eat it. Chomp. Immediately the 2 other kids do it. We look. We're like, that tastes good. And then all of a sudden, dude, you got this overwhelming heat sensation in your mouth that was like ungodly. And all 3 of us start looking at each other like, oh, shit.
Which is when I walk out.
Dude.
They're like this. They look like Ethiopian people with these
slobbering, crying. The little kids are being tough as shit. I gotta give these kids credit. They hung in there so well. They were so tough.
The only reason they hung in there and did not go crying for mommy is because they had a movie date that they were scared to death they were going to get in trouble and not be allowed to go to the movies. So they're standing there at the table and they go. And the kid had drool, like he had
one bite.
behind his head.
One bite.
I think he's playing a game, like that spit game, right? But no, it's a constant flow. He's just standing there, and then the one
I'm
boy,
running in and out of the house, grabbing.
No.
We're eating ice cream.
Hold on, not yet.
He's fucked up.
I think the kids are going around. So I'm looking at him, and then I look at him, and he's like. Dripping down his face. Tears are dripping down his face. It's so hot.
It was bad, dude.
The one little kid sitting on the bench like that.
He's on the picnic table, throwing up. Drooling.
And the other kid's not moving, standing there, just looking at him, going. Right. And then he'll just stop going.
Yeah. That's what he was doing.
Just desperately crying and then gasping for air and then desperately crying again. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is like for real.
This is for real.
So then I come inside, I grab a gallon of milk, all these glasses, and I'm like, just soak your mouths in the milk, right? So they're just pouring it over them. And nothing's happening.
Nothing's helping.
Right?
We eat marshmallows.
Giant
marshmallows. We're eating
I brought giant marshmallows out there.
anything to help the pain.
Dude, I don't know what I thought.
I don't know why, dude, but that's what ended up happening.
He brought a loaf of bread out there, a whole bag of pretzels,
nuts.
The whole bag of marshmallows, thing of ice cream, the whole gallon.
All this happened in 10 minutes.
And then I sit there going, just crying and drool. And then all of a sudden, the one little boy who's just sitting here just goes, starts throwing up all over the bed. Right? Mike starts looking at me and goes,
Crazy.
and And then he goes, he starts running around the pool, throwing up all along the side of the pool. And the other little boy who's just standing, who hasn't moved now, he's still standing there, and he's just crying. He just kept crying. And I started gasping for air. I'm like, oh shit, something's wrong here. So I come inside, and I look up what the plant is. It's a California elephant plant, right? So I'm like scrolling down, and it says, poisonous. I'm like, no! So I'm like, all right.
Wait a minute. In light of the Michael Jackson case, you went to the computer first. You didn't call 911.
Wait a second. We do.
I go to the computer
Eventually.
first. I find out
That's what Michael Jackson documented.
there's different variations. More than half of them are poisonous. And I'm like, I can't go outside and tell him that they're poisonous in front of these 3 little kids that are now dripping in tears, throw up, and drool.
Trying to tough it out, dude. These little guys were trying to tough it out.
And I swear to God, I know it's poisonous. Because only 2 of the boys ate it. The one little boy didn't eat it.
Yeah.
Right? So all of a sudden, he's now like, my hands are getting hot. My hands are starting to hurt. He starts freaking out saying, my hands are starting to hurt. He's like, guys, you got
I'm like, don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your eyes. You know what I mean? Don't touch your eyes.
He's like, if you guys get better, we can still go to the movies.
So do you call 911?
So, well, no, I don't want to tell him that it's poisonous in front of the kids and have them like have a freaking heart attack out there now. So I print it and I'm like, Mike, you gotta read this. So he's like, oh shit. So I call Poison Control Center real quick while he's reading it. And I tell him, I got an adult and 2 little.
Here we go.
I got an adult and 2 little kids who just ate a California elephant ear plant. And she goes, why would they do that? Really, you just really don't want to know. What do I do? So then she starts looking it up, and she's like, there's a chemical in this plant that when you eat it, your tongue is going to feel like it's attacked by millions of needles. And I'm like, well, that's about what's happening to them right now. She's like, what's happening to us? I'm explaining all the throw up all over the place and stuff. She's like, well, you got to make sure that she's more concerned about the kids than him. Right? She's like, you got to make sure their tongue's not swollen and they can breathe and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. She's like, what hospital are you going to go to? And so I was like, I got to go talk to their parents. I'll call you back.
Yeah.
So then we go over. He takes them over first. The one little boy ran over.
The mom's yelling at him, what the hell are you eating plants for? I'm like, oh shit. I'm outside the gate. I got this giant Rottweiler that I don't know very well. I'm like, the kid's getting yelled at by his mom. I'm like, it wasn't his fault.
That guy was right over there. That one mom's like sitting there yelling and cursing.
I don't even know the lady. I mean, I know the kid, but I don't know her. His mom.
She's like, oh, she's cursing at him. She's always cursing.
Yeah.
The kid just ate a poisonous plant. I don't really care if she's cursing.
Oh, yeah. He ends up on the bathroom floor, curled up in the fetal position. The poor kid, man. He was a mess.
Oh, he couldn't move.
Oh, it was
You guys
terrible.
actually swallow this stuff too, or
It must have went down.
Like release.
Juice.
Probably the juice. When
Dude, these things are so juicy, man. They're just like,
you didn't actually eat it, though, right?
whoa.
So,
Oh,
it gets
man.
worse.
What's the white one?
Dude, never again.
So they go back.
That should happen the first time.
And I called the poison control lady, and I was like, well, the one kid says he's going to go to Mercer, but she's not sure because she lives out there, blah, blah, blah. She's telling me, she's like, all right, well, you got to find out where they're going and then let us know so we can tell them in advance. Okay, fine. So now we go back over there, and we tell them what the poison control, because he went over while I was on the phone with poison control, so they didn't know yet. So I go over, and I tell them what's going on, and they're like, you called poison control? And they're like, kind of, like, really now freaked out.
Yeah, now we're calling poison control. This is serious, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so now, and it's not even their kid.
Yeah, I've never got to that level.
So then the one mom, the kid ends up curled on the ball, in a ball, under the sink, in the bathroom, on the floor.
In his own house or here?
Over
Across
there.
the street.
And the other boy's still, like,
It was a mess.
all
Look at disaster.
hurting and stuff.
It was so funny,
Did you
man.
not get arrested?
was thinking about that today, man. I'm like, oh man, I could be in charge.
We come back.
I know, but I mean, hey.
But then after we come back from there, then we come back here, Poison Control calls us back again.
Yeah, man,
And
they
she's
were
like,
all
did you go to the hospital? I'm like, well, he's just waiting. His thumb's not swollen, so we're just kind of waiting because his tongue didn't swell up yet. She's like, well,
That's all it was.
you know, this
That's what
thing
it was.
releases
Yeah,
nodules
Well, they
that attach to the kidney, and he can have kidney problems. He should really go. And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me this like an hour and a half? You're 2 hours away, you know? Because now, meantime, he's trying to lay down in the bed, right? He's sleeping with like this mask on his face, trying to sleep.
You
Trying
ready?
to-
Yeah, I put their mask on, dude. I was like, my
He's trying
throat
to
hurt
force
so
air down
bad.
his
That's
throat.
because he was swollen up.
Yeah, it hurt like
But his whole
shit.
chest hurt and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put it on
And
just to get
nothing,
a steady flow.
nothing was helping. So then he
I
comes
couldn't
out here,
sleep.
and of course, me and Sam.
Burn all the way down.
It burned all the way down my sternum. It was like,
We're just going
you know how you feel like when you swallow vitamins and they get stuck? That's the way I felt all day.
Oh, man.
Then the Poison Control calls and says he's going to have all these
I don't
kidney
think so,
problems
dude.
because these nodules attach to your kidney. And she's talking about blood in his urine and all this. And I'm like, Mike, you really should probably go because you need a blood test now. So he gets in the car and drives himself to the hospital.
Because baby Timmy's here, and I couldn't deny her baby Timmy time. Her
He's not in a worse condition. So
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true.
So I'm driving to the hospital, and the lady across the street finally gets a hold of the two moms with kids who have now picked up their kids and each taken them to different hospitals. And we've gotten the results from the doctors, which the doctor said, "You're not a freaking camel. Stop eating plants." That was his advice. So I called him up. He's going to the point of he's like, "All right, I'll start."
That is the moral of the
They give you a
story.
charcoal drink or anything?
No, I didn't even go in. I was like, 2 doctors, 2 kids. I'm done. I ain't going in there. Turn around. Went
I
out.
want to just subside.
Tough it out. I had to drink hot chocolate all day, dude. I brought my own tea kettle and a box of hot chocolate to the job. I swear to God. Because
Hot stuff helped.
hot felt better on my
Hot felt
throat.
better.
It hurt so bad.
Yeah, ask Rich about
So you
putting.
did?
Yeah.
And so all day today was sore.
Yeah.
How about now? You alright?
Right now it hurts.
It's crazy.
What time did you
Ah, you better watch out.
Last time-
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm like, you're not that dumb, are you?
Yeah.
Last time Rich tried to doctor himself with heat, it didn't turn out so well.
Appendix rupture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
but it made it feel better.
That's the worst
I
thing
didn't
to
know
do
what
is
was going on. Yeah, at the time.
He just started drinking Jack Daniels. He figured that would get rid of it.
Oh my God.
And I was,
Well, that's our
I was taking
story.
laxatives too.
That's it. I mean, it's pretty bad. It was funny as hell, though.
These are little ones. That's
Don't, dude.
We doing it, Tim?
That is a cocksacky bag of chances.
Absolutely.
No way.
Absolutely, you survived. Buddy of the
Yeah.
you survived. That's the only criteria. You can't die from it.
Did I show you the shirt that this maniac made?
Evidently,
You can't die
We
from
want
it.
you to buy
These guys are out there and they're just like
I'm
this.
sorry?
We want you to actually with a spit just flowing out of their mouth.
Dude, that reminds me of me.
You should have got